Hello, everybody. It's Sterling Fields. I'm back again, finally, with Relentless Work Ethics. It's been a while. Basically, I've been really busy, with school and basketball, so I wasn't able to kind of direct my focus with this. But I'm back here again, and that's what's very important. I just wanted to let everybody know right now. This video is for 2019. The end of 2019 is for the New Year's. I also wanted to just put out there that a lot of us as individuals have had a very blessed 2019, which we're very thankful for that. But some of us have also had a very hard 2019 that we all have hard times in throughout a whole year, but some of us have had harder times. So um, I just wanted to say, as an individual, I'm very thankful that God gave me and my family the opportunity to have another year. I also want to be very thankful for everyone else that has the opportunity to have another year. I want to give all glory to God throughout the fact that um, that we have um, that we have had the hard times this year, because it wasn't just phenomenal for me as an individual. I've had very hard times this year, and struggled a lot this year as well in certain aspects. So I just want to thank him for the hard times, which turned into lessons for me to grow and for me to get better as an individual person. Also, I want to just thank him for the fact that um, I just want to thank him for the fact that he's given me blessings as well, and I gotta appreciate the blessings he's given me. And I also want just to thank him that he's given everyone the ability to be appreciative of the blessings he's given us. So I also would like to just say that today we're going to be, tonight, this video is going to be about, no doubt, everything's going to be all right. That's what the video is called. No doubt, everything is going to be all right. All right. So I'm going to basically go over how powerful doubt can be to us as individuals, and how it can really kind of almost destroy us and take us down this tunnel of destruction. Like, doubt can really hurt us as individuals when it comes to anything we do. And I just wanted to also go over the faith cycle, and how I personally see how faith works and how the faith cycle is, and how I witnessed it as an individual. And I also wanted us to just go over how in 2020 certain ways we can keep our faith in 2020. Because in 2019, I feel like me as an individual, faith has kind of been up and down. I always end up having faith, but during certain situations, it's hard to keep it. It's hard to maintain confidence and not have doubt in certain situations, because certain situations, they come hard, and it's hard. So just for me as an individual, and from what I've learned to help you guys and help everyone else throughout these hard times, hard situations, how to just keep faith and just stay together throughout all the hard times, and just to keep us motivated. So that's that. Doubt and how powerful it can be, guys. All right. So doubt can really hurt us, because when we have doubt, we start to lose our confidence in doing things. And confidence is a huge part of us being successful. If we don't have confidence in doing what we do, we we don't we don't succeed, because we're not confident in doing what we're doing. So when I notice as an individual, when doubt comes, like for me, when I started doubting, that's because I'm worrying. All right, it starts from me worrying. I might worry a lot about a lot of things, or I might when I worry, I start thinking of negative outcomes. And when negative outcomes start to come up, that's when you start doubting yourself, because you start to see you start to see the bad things that can possibly happen from the situation. And personally, when you start to see that, that's when I noticed I started to hear people being negative. Like, I started to hear negative things from other people, while I'm thinking negative, which is mentally just breaking you down and making you doubt yourself even more. And we all know, when we doubt ourselves, we can't be successful. It's very hard to be successful if you're doubting yourself, you don't believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who else will believe in you? So I noticed one of the things that you know I learned from church and stuff growing up, or and stuff like that, is that like sometimes the devil might put doubt in your mind. So when you're already doubting, he feeds off that, and you start to hear other people doubting you and other people being negative to you, and also, and he feeds off that. So when we're doing that, we letting him win. And also, I realized that when we doubt, our enemies feed off that too, or our opponents. So when we have an opponent, or we have an enemy of some sort, we start to and we start to doubt, they start feeding off that as well, and that's giving them success. Like they're feeding off they're feeding off us doubting ourselves and doubting God's gift for us. And we just can't let that happen. We got to continue to have our faith and continue to stay confident in what we do. All right, guys, so this is how I see the cycle of losing faith. This is how I see it going down. All right, so first there's worrying, then that leads to doubt, then it leads to fear, and it progresses down to losing confidence. After you lose confidence, you start to lack in effort, then you lack in positivity, which gives us the ending result of losing and having a lack in faith. All right, I even wrote out the cycle right here. All right, it starts off right here at the top with worrying, and when we worry, we start to see bad things. Like we start to see bad outcomes. All right, then when we get down to doubt, right here, those outcomes start to become like continuous thoughts, and they become real in our minds. So we don't see the good out of the situation anymore. You start to continuously see the bad out of situations. And then that next comes fear. We start to fear ourselves, and we start to fear the situation. So we get scared of outcomes, and that's what takes place. We start getting scared of the outcome. When we get scared, that's when the issue comes, and that's when the event takes place, where we think we might fail, or we might have a minor or major setback, because we're scared. And you just can't be scared when you're trying to achieve your goal. That's when the lack of confidence starts to come, because you actually see, all right, man, this is really happening to me. This is really happened. I really failed, or I really had a minor setback here. So that's when you start to lose confidence, and then you start to have a lack in effort, which is bad. We can't have a lack in effort. All right, because once you start having a lack in effort, that means you start working as hard, because you start giving up, and then you start having a lack in positivity. All right, because you start thinking negative all the time. And you start talking down on yourself, and you don't believe in yourself anymore, which gives you the huge lack of faith, which is circled right here, which is big. You can't have a lack in faith. And when we have a lack in faith, then the negativity wins. All right, the enemy and the opponents that we have win, and we don't want that to happen. All right, so that's how I see. That's the cycle I see that tends to happen. And I'm about to give us, for 2020, I'm about to give us a cycle of faith. I'm about to give us a cycle that we can keep. When we start to see this cycle right here taking place, we're going to start interrupting some of the things that our mind is telling us. All right, guys. So the cycle of keeping faith is a lot shorter than the cycle of losing faith. All right, because personally, the one thing that keeps me faithful, and the one thing that helps me through these times is prayer. Like literally just praying about the situation. That's something I really learned over the summer to continue to do, was continue to pray in any situation at any time, whenever I feel worry, doubt, fear, um, or if the issue actually comes up, we gotta pray through it. So that's something that I feel like even now, I feel like I gotta do more of it now. Sometimes it's hard to remember to do these things during situations. So like I wrote this cycle up, and that's like basically when I say when we worry, um, pray everything now, pray that everything will be okay, um, and start to look back at the times that start looking back and remembering that I put the work in for my goal, and this is what I deserve. Like remember, like you deserve to be successful. You put the work in to be successful. So even though you might worry about it, like you deserve it. So pray that you get what you deserve. Pray that and then for doubt, pray for positive thoughts, because doubt is just literally just getting negative thoughts. So pray for positive thoughts and better outcomes, and then pray for pray for a clearance of the negative thoughts and the negative thoughts people try and put in our heads. Pray for a clearance of that, because like I said, the enemy and people will try to literally put doubt in you. So excuse me, as we pray that stuff goes away, we start to recognize when that's happening, so we can kind of like block it out. Like, oh yeah, he's just being negative. Oh yeah, she's just being negative. Let's just cut them out right now. Let's just get some space from them for a minute. All right, and then also just a thing that I sometimes do is that I just, like I said, I remember all the times that God's gotten me through something. So when I doubt, I'm like, oh man, but I remember like, oh well, God got me through this situation. So what makes it different from this one? All right, that's what I think of when I go through doubt. And in fear, when we fear, we just literally gotta pray for protection and guidance. All right, like that's one thing I learned this year is like praying that when I start to fear something come up or start to kind of get a little scared, because I mean everyone does. Like people say, oh, I never get scared and all that. I don't want to hear that. Everyone kind of does. But the one thing that keeps us from fearing, that keeps me from fearing at least, is God. All right, because that's the only one person we should fear is God. So, so when I pray that you know, that I pray and continue to remind myself like all the times that God got me through, and pray like, hey God, you got me through this time. I have more confidence that you're going to get me through this time too. And just almost knowing He's going to get you through it, because that takes away your fear, And then when the issue or the event takes place where it's like you think you failed, or the setback or whatever happened takes place, because sometimes that just happens. We just got to get through that, and God doesn't put us through anything we can't handle. Like we just got to just pray that we get through it. All right. And when I'm in situations, I really just start to pray harder, and I pray like, yo, God, please get me through the situation. And it sucks while you're in it, but like even like I think I talked to someone last night and just about this, and I was like, they were just telling me, well, yo, it's going to happen. It's just not going to happen right away all the time. And I'm like, you're right. Like, it sucks. The feeling sucks right now, or the feeling sucks when you're in something. But if you stay consistent and continue to pray through it and continue to fight through it, I'm telling you, man, it's the outcome's going to be a lot better. I've witnessed it. I've been through it. I've been through hard situations and prayed through it and got through it. All right, and I'm able to handle it better. Like, so me personally, prayer is the answer to all these things of keeping faith and just staying confident throughout all these situations that that come our way. Now, 2019, we went through a lot of stuff in 2019. I know I did personally went through a lot of stuff in 2019, and honestly, I say all glory to God. It's nothing but God that got me through this and kept me motivated throughout this whole thing. We all know that I'm all about motivation. I'm all about staying motivated and staying confident. Sometimes it's hard to stay motivated and stay confident. I get it, but one thing that keeps me going is God, and one thing that keeps me going is praying through when I see these situations and events happening. That's one thing I learned in 2019. Now 2020, let's carry this over. Let's carry this cycle of keeping faith over. All right, and that's when we start to worry. pray about it. When we start to doubt, pray about it. When we start to fear, pray about it. When we go through things and we go through a change of events, pray about that, man. I'm telling you, it's going to change. All right. Also, one thing I just want to mention about 2020, about tonight, I just want everyone to be safe tonight. Everyone be able to get home safely from wherever they're doing. Also, just remember that we can get through any situation. God's not going to put us through anything we can't get through. There's no situation we can't get through as human beings. And even when we feel like we're completely trapped, there's always a way out. So always continue to pray and try and work your way out of the situation that we're in. That we're in, and just continue to get through it. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Everyone, stay safe in the transition of the new year. Have a blessed 2020. I'll be back really soon. Again, I'm sorry for being absent and not making videos. As I said, I was just focused on school and focused on basketball, and I made the honor roll for school again. So just I applaud myself for that, and that's just a blessing right there that happened in 2019. So 2020, I'm looking for more blessings, and looking to get through any other minor setbacks that I will probably go through, like as everyone does, but in 2020. But we'll be okay. We'll get through this 2020 year safely, and we'll get through it better. Get through it as better people. This is Sterling Fields from RWE, Relentless Work Ethics. Everybody, just have a blessed one.